What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today, yes, more Cody Lee greatness. But today, we're going to talk about a serious subject. So, if you guys don't know, Harmon Smith slash Cody Lee has a bit of a beef going on with the Spoonie one, aka Nolan Antweiler. Now, I would normally give a response to the reason why he doesn't like Nolan Antweiler slash Spoonie one, but I really gotta be honest here, folks. I just couldn't stomach it. So I figure let's at least get into one that when he talks about Spoonie words, I find kind of fucked up. Now, I want to say this right now. I am not here defending Spoonie. I am not sitting here saying that Spoonie is a victim in all this. I think Spoonie has definitely fallen off the radar over the last few years. I think it's very obvious his YouTube channel is dead, and I don't think it's crazy to assume it's because of personal reasons. But celebrating someone getting evicted from their house, that's a whole new level of douchebaggery that I don't think we've yet to cover. Quite frankly, if I'm being honest here, I find this kind of video despicable for Cody to make. For a man who thinks he's above everyone else, he certainly seems to, what's the expression? Crawl in the mud. You know, he rolls in the shit. You know, roll in the shit, you get fleas. Some old expression like that. But let's get into it. So here is Cody Lee slash Harmon Smith being happy that Nolan Antweiler slash Spoonie One has been evicted from his home.
And as of yesterday, the Spoonie One is officially evicted from his house. We don't have confirmation or where he is or what he's doing. Probably moving in back with his parents or Miles, but we know he's out of the house because his house is for sale on retail.com. He hasn't tweeted in a while, which is unusual for him. Like, by a while, I mean like the last several weeks, but
I will say this right now. I do think it's very important if social media is having a negative influence on you in any way, it is best to just turn it off for a while. Now, we don't know exactly why Spoonie got kicked out of his house. We don't know why he got evicted. It could have been lack of, payment. It could have just been because he just let the place go to hell and the state stepped in and said, hey, this place is, bad, so it needs to be condemned. It could be any number of things. So I just want to stress this right now. If you feel like social media is having a negative influence on you, it is best to just turn it off for a while and just not be on. I actually applaud Spoonie for being off social media, at least at the time Cody recorded this video. Because if he's going through some negative shit right now, he needs to work that out before he even pretends to put himself out there in the public, even if it is something as simple as a tweet. If you're not in the right mindset, you're going to put out stuff that's going to damage your career or just damage your image. Just saying.
it seems like it's come and gone. Spoonie is out of his house. He officially has jack shit. And my first inclination is to laugh, right? This is a guy that I've been making fun of for years. Long before I think it was trendy to do so. Spoonie was always like my most detested member of that guy with the glasses. I think because of my personality, my tendency to be a very critical individual. I think I saw through his shit like long before anyone else did.
Here's the bad news with Cody. He loves stroking his ego. He loves stroking it. It's almost like kind of obsessive how much he has to sit there and pretend he knew this whole time that Spoonie One is not that good of a person because I could tell right through his BS. Yeah, and Cody, I can see right through your BS. You're sitting there talking about like how he's probably living with his mom and dad. Guarantee it. I can guarantee freaking Cody here is either living with his mom and dad or he's living in a basement of a relative. Just saying. It's maybe you shouldn't be throwing rocks in a glass house there, buddy.
I think I was against Spoonie even back when the whole rape joke thing happened on Twitter with Obscurus Lupa and.
It's called edit this shit out. oh my god, you make such shitty content. I'm gonna edit this joke in because I just want to. We can learn to edit, get a PS4 and a thumb drive. You can do this editing stuff all night.
What's her name? The other, who was it? Ah, fuck. Wow, the fact that I can't even remember her name. Oh, Jesu Otaku on Twitter. And that
Now, if you guys aren't aware of the situation he's actually referring to, it was a joke Spoonie made on Twitter about locking Jesu Otaku up in his basement. And I guess, like Spoonie, yeah, again, this is where he's a weird person because he doesn't necessarily, pick up on certain social cues. He was just, casually throwing a joke out there. And it's like, yeah, it was kind of harmless. And apparently, this actually was something that was like years to happen after someone actually brought to attention to the walkers and, that guy at the glasses.com. And they're like, oh, yeah, we kind of need to do something about this. Like, I don't know the exact, thing that happened, but I know this was kind of one of those cancel culture things where it's like, this was something that happened a long time ago. And yes, it's in bad taste. Yes, he shouldn't have done it. But at the same time, I understand sometimes a joke's a joke, and sometimes people don't know when they're crossing a line.
was back when like everyone was on Spoonie's side. Well, it feels like everyone I was around anyway. It just kind of felt like, okay, all of you people are just making excuses for a degenerate, lazy, egotistical fuck, right? And that's kind
Holy fuck, isn't that ironic?
of it's kind of been going down this way for a long time. Like anyone who thinks that, like, oh yeah, this only just happened in the past couple of years, like all Spoonie would have had to do to become successful is to make videos and to keep like appearing on camera. No. He was alienating everyone around him long before that. Long before, like, the exodus from that guy with the glasses. Long before he became known online. Long before the video series. Long before the blogs. Like, this is fundamentally who he is as a person. A degenerate fuck who has never worked for anything in his life.
Cody, you projected there a little? No, you're not projecting actually a little. You're projecting a lot. Seriously, Cody, buddy boy. Let me ask you, what do you do that's so fucking special? What do you do? You work in some fucking warehouse that any fucking schmuck who has a good back can do? What, you work in a fucking grocery store? Do you edit your videos like Spoonie did? Do you edit your videos like I do? Nope. None. You are gonna call Spoonie one, the lazy guy. Meanwhile, you really keep leaving shit in your videos that you shouldn't. What the hell? Cody, if you were God's gift to YouTube and you were the best thing ever, why is your content so shit? Right here, editing all this stuff takes more effort than you've ever done. Period. The end. Spuddy has done more than I have. He has done more than you have because he's actually worked hard on his videos. Meanwhile, you're retarded ass, because yes, I'm going to call you a fucking retard now, because don't worry, I got a video coming up that will prove he's mentally has worked harder than me and you combined. He has made videos that were really good. He has put a lot of effort into jokes. A one-off joke he will throw in. And guess what? They were funnier than anything you've done.
Like, this isn't complicated. Like so many people think he could have become successful online if he just made reviews. No. It would have imploded for one reason or another anyway. I feel. Just like Linkara is kind of imploding, just like, Lindsay Ellis is kind of imploding. just like that guy with the glasses as a whole has kind of imploded. Like reviewing video games online, talking about movies and vlogs, that isn't a career.
That's not a career. What the hell do you do then? Oh no, you're right, Harmon. They didn't have careers. These aren't people that actually are successful in their field that actually did, positive, entertainment for people. Ain't like Doug Walker still, making YouTube videos and actually pulling in millions of views. Meanwhile, your ass barely pulls in what, a view for some of your more anime fucking book takes? Yeah. No, what these guys need to do is make videos like I conquered autism or George Floyd needed to be kneeled on. Now, see, that's where the real money is. See, that's where the real money is right there. It's those controversial takes. It isn't actually trying to provide entertainment. No, it's just being a stupid retard who has no fucking clue what he's doing, and he's trying to pick a fight with people who are much bigger and much more successful than him.
It never was. It never will be. No matter how many views you get, no matter how many like fans donate to your Patreon, like it's always eventually going to collapse in and around itself. And that's exactly what happened with Spoonie. Spoonie refused to get a real job. He refused to really put in any effort into his life, into his relationships, into his career. And as a result of that, because he didn't get to live out his like most depraved Hollywood fantasies, he just kind of gave up. He's so depressed because he doesn't have a GF, man. Someone pointed out to me a while back is that like DSP.
Swear to God, if you're about to say DSP is more relevant than Spoonie right now, well, no shit. Last video live stream Spoonie made was a year ago. DSP doing this shit daily. I mean, DSP, yes, he's outlasted a lot of people. But you know what? That's one thing I actually give Phil credit for is he's very persistent. He's the annoying little rat under your sink. You're like, you don't know if he's there sometimes, but you can hear him every once in a while. You're like, yeah, damn it, why is he still there? You want him gone, but it's like, no matter how much you want him gone, he's always around. He's always going to stick around. DSP will outlast a lot of people. And the fact is because he just never will give up chasing that former fame he had. But let's see what you have to say.
Has somehow managed to have a better life than Spoonie, and it's kind of interesting to compare the two because like DSP has always been like very unpopular, very 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 unpopular, right? But the thing about DSP is like he actually got his things paid for. He actually he had that tax problem. He dealt with it. Like he had that breakup with Liana. He didn't let it ruin his life. You know what I mean? Like he's had all these problems, but he actually deals with them to a certain extent. Like obviously he needs to get a real job and stuff like that. There are things that Phil could have done better, but at the end of the day, he still did more than Spoonie did. He still did more than Noah Antweiler did. He did more to preserve,
Wow, I think that's the first time ever I've seen someone actually stroke off DSP. Yes, DSP's done more to preserve his legacy because DSP will never stop. Yeah, again, just like the guy, it's like the cockroach. He just never will leave. His career is a utter joke, and like I said before, I'll get into that in its own separate video, but the DSP is nothing to admire. DSP is someone who very much is a person you should not be modeling your YouTube / any kind of career after, because he's a guy who will never stop chasing that fame he once had. At one point, he actually was popular. That's the honest to God fact. DSP at one point actually was popular, but as it happened with Spoonie, his fame declined. And instead of being like Spoonie where he left on a high note, he's still persistent on trying to change, some of his legacy. DSP is no longer the DSP he used to be. I used to respect Phil back in the day because Phil actually had the balls to tell jokes that would be considered controversial in today's environment. Now look at Phil. Now he's just a watered down, beat down version. I'm pretty sure someone like Spoonie, who, obviously has his own issues, has his own demons to deal with, probably wouldn't be happy doing those kind of jokes, and knowing that he more likely is just killing his career slowly but steadily.
He actually owns his fucking house. To put it that way, to put it mildly, you could say. Spoonie, as of yesterday, doesn't even have that. Like, he's lost everything he's ever worked for. He's lost his home. He's never going to like be successful ever again. It's over, right? Like that, not just the Spoonie experiment. This goes a bit further than that. This is like the end of Spoonie as a person, right? Noah Antweiler as a person. Like, he is really, when you get right down to it, not all that different from Christian.
So yeah, again, he's just stroking off DSP and celebrating that someone lost their livelihood, and celebrating someone lost their home. Yeah, again, this is the core problem I have with Harmon Smith, is that he is a complete and utter waste of a human being. He will be absolutely happy someone he doesn't like no longer has something. If today, the news broke that PlayStation gamer's PlayStation has been repoed. Guarantee if he knew who I was, he'd be super happy. He'd be like, see, he's such a loser. He's like, that's the pathetic human being we're dealing with here. Now, the rest of the video is just him kind of just, trying to pretend he's better than Noah and Twiler's Spoonie one. And I completely disagree. I think Spoonie is, while he, like I said, I've been saying through this video, has his issues, and he definitely is someone who isn't in the right headspace most of the damn time. I think Noah Antweiler, Spoonie, was much more of a successful person than DSP or freaking Harmon Smith will ever be. Because he actually contributed something to society. He actually made people laugh. He actually made people, kind of enjoy these obscure movie video games. He made, these stupid jokes that still to this day, make me laugh. That the whole Amaze No one just it always cracks me up how he gets his dog involved. And I'll play the clip of it, soon. But Noah Antweiler, Spoonie One, has done more to earn my respect as a content creator than Harmon Smith slash Cody Lee slash or even DSP has, where he actually made me laugh. He didn't make me laugh because of how stupid he is. He made me laugh because the joke was generally good. Now here's that clip I'm talking about. It's actually in this video footage. It's a good joke, and until next time, guys, it's that PlayStation Gamer sign up. Like, subscribe, all that BS. Make sure YouTube algorithm, whatever. Peace out.